So I have just done probably the craziest thing that I have ever done in my life. Bar none. This is the craziest thing, definitely the craziest thing. So recently I went skydiving. So I know this is going to sound strange, but you are going to see how skydiving is just like stopping drinking in so many ways, right? So I want to unpack this for you today. I'm going to tell you the story. And by the end of this video, I promise you, you are going to leave this video with so much motivation and such a great metaphor on how to stop drinking alcohol that I promise you, your journey is going to be so much better after you figure this out. So basically, where we live in Dubai, they've got a skydiving center. It's called Skydive Dubai. And what you can do is you can skydive over the Palm Jumeirah. So it's this man-made structure with all these luxury villas on. You skydive over it. Sounds pretty awesome, right? So we've wanted to do it for a while. And we've been saving it for when my friend came over to Dubai. So my friend Cam has just come over right now. So he actually has a business helping people with video game addiction called Game Quitters. So he flew over, came to stay with us. Anyway, Cam is a bit of an adrenaline junkie. So when he came, we'd vowed to each other that we're going to do skydiving together, you know, in Dubai. So he gets here and we don't book it straight away, but eventually we make the decision. We're like, all right, let's get this booked. Let's actually do this. Now, what happens is, you know, the morning of the skydive, there was a little bit of nerves. But basically, once I got to the center, I felt very calm because you could see all the people with all the gear and, you know, people saying, oh, this guy's done 10,000 jumps, this guy's done 3,000 jumps. And it is a pretty safe hobby. Obviously, there's an element of danger, which is what makes it exciting. But generally, it does seem to be relatively safe. So you sign this waiver and they give you like a buzzer. So I'm not joking. I'm not nervous at this point. So we get our buzzer. We go to sit in the cafe and we're waiting around the cafe. And then you can start to see people dropping in, like people that are actually doing the skydive. So we're waiting at this cafe, seeing these people fly in, and then the buzzer goes off. And when the buzzer goes off, I just feel this feeling of panic, right? It was just like this, oh my days, it's really happening. Because it doesn't feel real, right? You're like, oh. So I get this wave of panic, but then it goes away. Anyway, so then we go downstairs and then the lady's like, if you need a bit of time to go to the toilet, go now. Instantly, I had to go to the toilet because I'm feeling pretty nervous. And then you sit down in this area where you wait for the instructors. So then the instructors are coming out and they start shouting the names out. So it's like Cam goes with his instructor, or goes with the instructor. And then Leon, I go with my instructor. And the instructor was this super nice chap called Henry. You know, he's just chatting away and just having all this small talk. And I swear, I felt zero nerves. It all just melted away. Like I didn't feel nervous at all. Just felt super calm. Just wait, this is all gonna change in a minute. So then you get your harness on, talk with the videographer. He asks you a couple of questions, and then you go to this bus, and the bus then drives you to the plane. And then everybody's like, because some of the instructors, they kind of banter and they're like, oh, your harness is on too loose, just kind of tormenting you a little bit, having a bit of a joke. But I'm not nervous because everybody else, that you know, you can see the guys that have been jumping for a long time. It's just like they do this all day. So you can see that they're not nervous. So I'm thinking, well, you know, whatever. Nothing bad's going to happen. Wait. So anyway, so we get in the plane and then the plane takes off and then you're already pretty high. And then he goes, so we've got about another 10 minutes to climb until we're at the drop zone. I'm thinking 10 minutes? Like, oh, you joking me? So, but anyway, but I'm not, honestly, and I'm not lying. I wasn't scared yet. So we're going up and then they attach you on. So you're with a tandem jumper. So they attach you onto the person and you're going up and then they open the door. And then, you know, the wind is there and whatever. And there's about 18 people on this plane. First guy jumps and then I'm second. I'm thinking, oh. But so what I did is get to the thing and I'm not scared one bit. And then I look at my friend because I think he was hoping that, you know, one of us is just going to be like screaming or whatever. And I stuck my tongue out at him. I went, and as I jumped, I couldn't get my tongue back in my mouth. So I'm falling out and you can see in the video, I'm like this. Like with my tongue stuck out my face. But I promise you, as soon as I started dropping, oh my word, like it was sheer terror. Everybody told me that it's when you go up that's the scary part, but for me it was the opposite. As soon as I started falling, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, what is this? And it was loud and it was like this sensory overload. And if I'm honest, I can barely remember it. Like it was almost like I blacked out because I was terrified. It was a new level of extreme. Like I've jumped off some bridges before and, you know, done some adrenaline activities before. And this was, it's incomparable to anything else I've ever done in the past. So I'm falling. I'm thinking, oh my days, this is insane. The most crazy thing ever. At the beginning, you know, it's really hard to breathe. And I'm like breathe out, just terrified. Then it's like, oh, wow, it's really happening. I'm doing it. And you start smiling and you start kind of enjoying it. And then you're like, oh yeah, this is the one. And then the parachute comes out and it's still, you're kind of like, it's almost like the adrenaline's still there in the parachute, but it's kind of starting to leave the body a little bit. For me, though, it was still pretty scary in the parachute because they pulled the parachute so high up. I think that's a safety thing in case there's a malfunction and they can, get the first parachute away and open up the reserve. But anyways, it was unbelievable. Yes, I'm still shaking, but it was amazing.
Adrenaline pumping?
Yeah. I've got feel a bit sick, but that's got to be one of the craziest things I've ever done in my life, ever, by far. Now I'm processing it. I kind of want to go again and people said this would happen, but...
This is how we hook you in.
Yeah. We landed and I felt pretty sick, like a lot of motion sickness, and then I reflected on it. And I tell you what, this is just like stopping drinking in every single way. So think about it like this. You've always had this idea that you want to do something, just like with skydiving. You want to do it, but you don't do anything. And then maybe you buy a program, you buy a book, you buy a course, you join something, and it's like you've made the first step, which is just like making the phone call to book the skydive. But there's still that, is this really going to happen? I'm a little bit scared. But you've made a step in that direction, right? You've taken some kind of action, right? Maybe for you it was even booking a call with SoberClear, with me. Maybe that was it. You took the first step. You did something. You've not stopped drinking yet, but you're putting the pieces together. You're starting to say, this is something that I definitely want to do with my life. So anyway, let's imagine the plane is you actually stopping drinking. So you're going up, you're going up, you're going up, you're going up, you're going up. And then it comes to the point where it's time to say, enough is enough. I'm going to stop. So what do most people do? Well, with a skydive, you ain't really got much choice. You're going out of that plane, right? You're that's it, you're done. But do people actually do this when they stop drinking alcohol? No, they don't. What they do is they get to the top of the plane and they get to the corner of the plane. They hold on to the side of the plane like this. And then they just get out and they're like this. They're dangling. They're holding on. And they're not ready to let go. And it's like, I'm just going to enjoy it like this. I'm just going to hold on to the side of the plane like this, which would probably be pretty insane. But I'm just going to hold on. And everyone's like, what are you doing? Just stop. Just jump. Just do it. And you're like, no. One hand, I can't let go. I can't let go. And that's how most people stop drinking alcohol, is that they're not willing to just say, do you know what? Let's see what happens. Let's go. They're always holding on to something. And I'm telling you, it is the wrong way to do things. When you want to stop drinking alcohol, you have got to just jump, right? You've got to fully commit. And once you start falling, just like with skydiving, at first it's a bit of a shock to the system. Maybe there's a bit of withdrawal. Maybe there's just a bit of like, what's going on here? I don't quite understand this. This doesn't feel right. Just like skydiving, it's like, and then eventually it goes. Eventually it's like, actually, this is okay. Like it's all good. Nothing's gone wrong. It was a bit scary, but I'm all right now. I'm getting the hang of this. And then the parachute comes out and you realize, actually, I'm safe. Nothing's going to happen now. And then you come down and you're like, it wasn't so bad after all. But what it takes is you need to make the commitment. You cannot be holding on to that damn plane, just thinking that it's going to be okay. Just holding on, saying, I can't do it yet. You can't do that. The level of commitment that you need is like jumping out of a damn plane, right? And if you can take that mindset and you can apply that to stopping drinking alcohol, you'll never look back, right? You've just got to get through that first rough patch. And eventually you'll figure it out. You'll be like, this ain't so bad after all. Am I saying that the first few days, the first few moments isn't going to be a little bit scary? I don't know. Because then here's the thing is, my experience, you can see the terror in my face. My girlfriend did it, bless her, like legend. I can't believe she did it, but she did it. And she was scared, but you could see on her face, she probably was less scared than I was, right? She just had like this smile the whole time. And she told me afterwards she was terrified, but people react to it very differently. Like our buddy Cam, my girl, he's going to hate me for saying this, but he said that on the way up, before he jumped, his face went bright red. Right, and he even told me afterwards, like when he looked out, he was like, "Oh my days!" Like it was scary, and he went bright red, and he reacted differently. But then, as the jump came, he wasn't so bothered. It was more about the apprehension for him. Whereas for me, it was like not scared at all. As soon as I'm falling, now I'm. And this is the thing: is everybody reacts a little bit differently. The same with stopping drinking. And the thing is that once you start falling, provided that you don't try and grab back onto that plane, it's going to be okay. And I just want to make you a promise. I promise that it's going to be okay. I promise that if you do this, if you make that commitment, the parachute's not going to malfunction. You know, you're going to be fine. You're going to figure it out. You're going to put the pieces together and it's going to be okay. And everything you want in life, every single thing that you want in life lies on you jumping out of that plane. It lies on you making the commitment. The health that you want, you know, dropping those extra 20, 30 pounds, getting a six pack, running a 5K, running a marathon. Whatever it is, you know, an amazing relationship with your partner, setting a great example to your kids, crushing your business, crushing your career, enjoying your retirement, whatever it is, it's all there when you stop drinking alcohol. But you've got to make the commitment. And also, I wanted to point out one thing. With the parachute jump, with the skydive, you are allowed to do it on your own the first time. And what you can actually do is you can do it alone and 2 instructors will go with you and you're responsible for pulling the parachute out. And obviously there's ground training and stuff like that, but you don't need to do a tandem jump, your first jump. You can actually do a course. The first jump, you can do it alone and you're responsible for the parachute. Now, personally, I don't want to do that. Yeah, no, thank you. I want the person who knows what they're doing, that's done 10,000 jumps to take me with them, right? That's just what I wanted to do. And there are some people that do want to do it on their own, which is totally fine. But when it comes to stopping drinking alcohol, think about it like this. How many people are jumping out on their own? They're just saying, I'll just figure it out. I'll just do it. I don't need help. What do I need help for? This is easy. Boom. You don't need to jump alone though. Same with stopping drinking. You can find help. If you want my help, click the link in the description, book the call. What I do is I use something called first principles thinking. I help people reframe the way they actually view alcohol to see it as ethanol, as poison, as something that they don't even want to drink. And then I help them build a better life. If you want details on that, you can click the link in the description because you don't need to do it alone. And if you click the video on the screen now, you can learn 3 secrets to getting in control of your drinking.